Now.
Buju nene we maganidok. Wabano kwendishna kaz wabajation duden. Aberding aigua kabe medeo. Anishnabeo jabwe kwendao. Gaye onda dizike kwendao. Minua medewan kwendao. Asabi kone sagaiganing dunjaba. So, hello, my relatives. I'm happy to be here to do a short story for Lily. And it is actually about the time we're in, about springtime, and some beautiful ways that we have about spring. For Anishinaabe worldview or perspective, January 1st is not our new year. Our new year is a spring time when everything comes alive and the warm winds come and the birds begin to sing and we want to be outside and have our hands in the ground and do our gardens and all of that kind of thing to be readying ourselves for our new year. So this story is really about the essence of spring and what happens for us as Anishinaabe. So first of all, I think I'll just explain that for Anishinaabe, our New Year coincides with the changing of the seasons, and for spring, there's an observance that we have, and as Anishinaabe, we try to be good human beings to one another, and we try to welcome the new year and be ready to work and to build our gardens and have our life renewed. And so, with that in mind, they say there's a time when our people used to go and reciprocate the things that were loaned to us throughout the year. And I have an older brother who talked about when he was a young boy, how his grandmother would have him load up their wagon and they would leave their little cabin and they would go around the village and they would be returning everything that she had borrowed all throughout the year. She would return that wild rice or that maple sugar or whatever it was that she borrowed that she needed at the time. She would return it to the home of the person that she borrowed it from. And she explained to him that as Anishinaabe, we did this because we didn't want to start our new year with any burdens or without owing anybody anything. And so I tried to live that way today. I tried to make sure that if I owe something, that I tried to take care of that. So it's a very good lesson in Anishinaabe worldview and Anishinaabe well-being. So the other part of my story is about Ziguan and Bibun. Ziguan, of course, is spring, and Bibun, of course, is winter. In this time that we're in, they tend to do a big dance. And what happens is each winter when Gagige Forever Winter Maker, sends Bibun to the earth to cover her with a wonderful blanket so that she can rest, um, he comes as a young man, fierce and bringing all of the storms, and everything is just, everything is like just in full mode, winter, right? As winter carries on and passes, the time for him to return to the forever winter place is when he starts to be tired, and he is grown old during the time that he has been creating the winter here for us in the particular Turtle Island where we live. And so he gets tired and he wants to rest, and he starts, thinking about, man, I have to go journey back home. And the reason why he's thinking that is because Ziguan has already arrived, and she has brought her warm winds, the beautiful birds singing and carrying, all of the seeds of life and the warm winds. And she comes and she just touches the earth gently, and she gives you enough of a warm wind so that you want to be outside and you want to do things and get ready for the earth and our planting and all of the things that we do in the springtime. We get ready for our ceremonials and we get ready for our dancing season, and all of that is taking place. And so as she comes, he looks at her and he's just very smitten by how beautiful Ziguan is. And she's like a beautiful spring maiden. of course, by this time he's getting older. And every time the season changes, he looks at her a certain way. And every time she has to look at him and say, talk to the hand because I have to do my work and you should too. And so they proceed to have this dance where Winter has come to show off. After he sees her in the vicinity, he comes and there's a big, like a big, can you pause it? I think that,
Yeah.
anyway, Ziguan has, been coming gently, quietly, doing her work, and she's very diligent and she's very, she works very hard to bring the warm winds and to bring all of these feelings that we have starting our new year. And then he comes and he just makes this big winter storm and he, you know, puffs his chest out and he's, whipping his big old long wintry braids around trying to show her. And, and she's just like, no, thanks. I can't like you like that because we have work to do. We have promised the creator. You in the north will take care of that northern place for the, the forever winter place. And I will take care of the forever spring winds that come to replace your cold winds and that blow. And so um, they don't ever really directly get a chance to meet other than seeing each other um, in passing or seeing each other from a distance. However, they must, think about it and may want to, maybe they have feelings or they want to maybe even get to know one another. But because they promised the creator that they were going to do the work, they are the big spirits in those directions that do that work for us and change those seasons so that we can continue our lives and utilizing the beautiful gifts of the earth that we do have. So that's my story, and it's a beautiful story. And sorry for the interruption, but my grandson had to come and ring my door. So, but I hope you enjoy. And the story is in the Ojibwe Almanac. That I guess you maybe could look for that on Amazon or, but it's a very, I mean, I probably didn't do it justice since I did it quickly, but that's the gist of the story. And it's a very beautiful story. And so we have already seen B. Boone come back and tried to show off once here in Minnesota. We got like 2 feet of snow after it had already warmed up. And so we probably will see this dance maybe a few more times before the warm winds stay. And she will have also completed her work. So B. Boone and Ziguan doing their work for the creator. Miigwech.
Miigwech for the story.
Yeah.